So, it is one of the essential human traits, the language acquisition. So, this is usually refers to first language acquisition, which studies infants' acquisitions of their native language. This is distinguished from second language acquisition, which deals with acquisition in both children and adults of additional languages. So, to successfully use language, the capacity of successfully use language, we should, an individual requires or it requires one to acquire a range of tools, as what I mentioned earlier, the phonology, morphology, and the extensive vocabulary. Now, let's proceed to next. The theories of language acquisition. One of the earliest scientific explanations of language acquisition was provided by Skinner, who lived from 1904 to 1990. Accounted that language acquisition or development are learned behaviors. We learn by associating events known as classical conditioning. Also, we learn through rewards and punishments, a process known as operant conditioning. Another aspect of behaviorism is that we learn by observation and imitation. So, how do this theory of learning apply to language acquisition? So, over repeated exposures, infants may learn to associate an object with a sound or word for that object. Example. Next. When an infant bubbles dada, the infant is rewarded by smiling and happy parents who cheer and reward their child's effort at communicating. And infants may learn language by observing caregivers and imitating their sound. That's what B.F. Skinner theory is all about. Next is the linguist and philosopher named Noam Chomsky, born in 1928, the world's most famous linguist to date, that he believes that infants and children learn language at a speed that cannot be explained by the laws of behaviorism. According to him, children learning language put words together in new ways, creating meaningful sentences they have never heard before. So he argues or claims that children learn rules of language and apply them in their own way, often inaccurately at first.